Greetings, people of the internet. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another episode of Stories from the Void with your favorite commander, yours truly, Commander Booskaboo. We will be covering r/TIFU today. So without further ado, how about we get into it? First up, TIFU, having sex with my ex. Last week, my ex-GF20 called and asked if I, 22M, was keen to continue sleeping with her. I never expected to hear from her again, let alone see her naked. Our relationship recently came to an end. I tapped out because it became clear to me that the two of us were incompatible. My ex disagreed and thought screaming at me would somehow change my opinion. Considering how upset she was during our breakup, I was surprised when I got the call from her asking for sex. She said she had no intention of getting back together. All she wanted was to share a bed with someone who knew her well enough to know what buttons to press to get her off. Not gonna lie, the unexpected ego boost disarmed me. Her closing comment was,
"Scratch out the friends and friends with benefits, but keep the benefits."
I was willing to test it out. Last night, my ex and I reunited for the first time since the dramatic final episode of our relationship. She followed me to my room and we hooked up. I woke up this morning with one arm cuffed to my bed. My ex was gone. A random note on the pillow said the key for the handcuffs was in the condom under the pillow. I flipped the pillow and discovered the condom. A used condom. But not the condom I used. Different brand, different size, different load. I did what had to be done to get the key out of the condom and unlock the handcuffs. It was like a fear factor challenge, but all you get is some dude's nut juice on your fingers. Without wasting time, I disposed of the condom, the key, the cuffs, and pillow before tossing all my sheets in the laundry and scrubbing my hands with disinfectant. I was fuming, but I was prepared to file my experience under Crazy XGF and never communicate with my ex again. However, I soon realized she did more than plant another person's used condom under my pillow. She planted another person's used condom in one of my running shoes as well. The condom actually stuck to the bottom of my foot when I removed my shoe. It was disgusting. I decided to check everything: shoes, socks, pockets, bags, etc. I managed to find another used condom in the hood of my hoodie. I informed my roommate because I didn't know if my ex was crazy enough to hide used condoms elsewhere in our flat. He advised me to block and delete her phone number and social media, which is what I did. My roommate and I have been searching for used condoms in every corner of our flat since we got out of bed. Damn, OP. Your crazy ex is planting seeds all over your flat. I have so many questions. Are all these condoms from the same person? Does that person know my ex was using safe sex for evil? How did I not see this level of crazy during my relationship? I guess I'll never know. TLDR. I allowed my ex-GF to convince me to sleep with her, and now I'm discovering used condoms that she planted in my room to demonstrate how much she hates me. Well, talk about revenge, folks. His crazy ex spread baby batter all over the damn place. How about some comments? Explosively dehiscent. From now on, refer to her as Planters, because she likes to party with mixed nuts. OP responds, my roommate calls her Spermex. They are out there. Wait until she shows up pregnant to try to permanently pin you down. Never sleep with crazy. A redacted thought. Yeah, put used condoms in clean bag in freezer as evidence. Nacho Poppy. Use an ice tray to keep them organized. The spatula of love. This sounds like experience-backed advice. Touching wood. Place them in a pill box so you don't eat them on the wrong day. Well said, community. Well said. Next. Today I fucked up by telling someone from the FBI to investigate DEEZ NUUTS. I work for USPS as a general clerk. My job involves mostly receiving and paying invoices for contracted vehicle repair work. I got a call that went as follows. Me.
City vehicle maintenance. This is me.
Caller with a heavy Hindi accent.
Hello, this is Alex from the FBI. I was wondering.
Me.
How about you investigate
DEEZ NUUTS. Then I hung up. It was such an obvious scam, I didn't want to deal with it. USPS has its own investigative law enforcement service, so even if there was something, I wouldn't be dealing with the FBI. A few minutes later, my boss walks into my office and asks me why I told the guy investigating contractor fraud to investigate my balls. My coworker had been the point of contact for Alex. My coworker is on vacation, so all his calls came to me. The FBI is working with the Postal Inspection Service because this particular contractor had done work for multiple government agencies. To make it worse, Alex is coming into the office to take a look at some paperwork. The only empty desk in the place is the spare one in my office, and he's going to be here for multiple days. TLDR, FBI called. I thought it was a scam and was rude. It was not. Oh well, OP. Hopefully those nuts of yours don't end up in a sling after this episode.
Next!
Today, I fucked up by eating a Carolina. Alright, straight to business. I own a small barbecue food truck. It's me and 2 other employees, one of which is a little younger, 21. We're both starting gardens this year, and he had mentioned he enjoys really spicy food and talked about some super hot sauces he had tried. Cool. I'm super interested in food in general, and I've spent quite a bit of my life seeking out unique experiences in the field. One of which was purchasing and fucking around with a hot sauce called Blair's 3 a.m. Reserve with some former coworkers at a couple different jobs. It's 1.5 to 2 million Scoville units. Quite hot. I've eaten this sauce enough times to know what the gates of hell look like, and I can maintain my composure while standing outside them. Most people cannot, and I thoroughly enjoy allowing people to humble themselves when they think they're good with spice. So a few years back, I decided I wanted to grow a Carolina Reaper plant. And I did. It grew well, and I got probably 100 pods off of it. Since I know how hot these little bastards are, I just dried them and threw them in a bag and forgot about them until now. Never tried one. Some guy talks a big game with spice. I decided to knock him down a notch with the 3 a.m. Reserve, but apparently I've lost it. Oh, no big deal. I'll just bring the bag of Reapers and see if he'll eat one. I show up to work, bag of peppers in hand. Dude shows no hesitation and says he'll eat one. Not being a loser, I agree to eat one as well. We pop the pods in our mouths, and surprisingly, they're quite tasty. Super fruity, with raisin-like flavors. We both comment on this, and I tell him just to wait, knowing what's coming. I don't know if you've ever eaten a dried Reaper, but you don't feel that heat until the pepper starts to rehydrate with your spit. This begins happening. I see his face change a bit. As this happens, I tell him not to swallow it, and to just chew. He replies,
I already swallowed a little bit. We have to...
Fuck. Now I'm the one in the hot seat. I finish chewing, swallow the whole thing, and embrace for the ride. As expected. As soon as the heat kicks in, my boy turns bright red, kinda panics, and start doing things to try and tame the heat. Water, marshmallows, etc. I maintain my composure for the most part. Reapers are like 2 to 2.5 million Scoville units. And like I said, I've pretty much been here before. Dude is pacing around, says he's gonna leave to go get some ice cream and walks to his car. Then I feel the heat ramp up. It goes from an uncomfortable warmth to an impressive stinging, sharp burn. Interesting. Blair's 3 a.m. doesn't do this. It sits in the uncomfortable warm stage for a long time and that's it. This is a new level, and it seems to be getting hotter. My guy comes running back from his car saying he forgot to clock out. I can't blame him. I'd want to get paid for this torture if I was him as well. Once he's back, I ask him if he's sure he's good to drive, and he decides to hang for a bit and wait for the heat to subside. Good idea. Our other coworker is just sitting there watching us 2 fucking idiots melt and laughing. I'm sipping water and blowing my nose, maintaining a little bit of composure. The other dude isn't doing as well, but he's not freaking out or anything, which is pretty impressive for a first timer. The heat eventually subsides, and we all say how dumb that was, and we go on our merry ways. That's not the end. I get home, make some food, and play with the dogs for a couple hours. I feel fine. I decide to go to bed since I've missed out on a significant amount of sleep over the last 5 days, so I lay down. I start feeling an uncomfortable urge of tingly feeling in my stomach. No big deal. Then a few minutes after that, I notice the room is really warm. Weird. I turn down the furnace to 67 degrees. Then it starts. That tingly feeling intensifies and intensifies and intensifies, and eventually turns into that feeling you get right before you have a really bad time on the toilet. But I don't have to use the toilet. Cue a fucking hour of the worst stomach pain I have ever experienced. I'm literally laying on my cold ass floor, crying/moaning in pain, while pouring sweat and simultaneously absolutely freezing. I feel like I want to throw up, shit my brains out, and die all at the same time. No joke. It's the most pain I've ever felt. So uncomfortable. I want water, but I feel like I might throw it up. I go to the medicine cabinet to find Tums, but I can't make it and have to lay down on the cold floor again and cry for another 10 minutes. I eventually drag myself there and find some Pepto pills and some Tums, and I eat a handful of those little bastards hoping they'll do something, but I know the relief won't be instant. It literally starts feeling like I'm gonna die. I have to keep telling myself that it's fine. You're just a fucking idiot and ate the world's hottest pepper. The worst pain of my life continues for another fucking hour before finally subsiding. I'm writing this post at 5 a.m. from my bathroom. I only have 2 Tums left. I was wrong. I had never been to the gates of hell, but I have now. TLDR. Bossman brings in Carolina Reapers to eat with employee to humble him, but ends up meeting Satan in a way he didn't expect.
Fuck you.
Josh, I told you we shouldn't swallow them. Edit. In an unexpected turn of events, upon peeing, I've discovered that my pee is slightly spicy. I've never experienced this before. I do not enjoy it. Holy hot damn, OP. That's some next level crazy shit to be eating a dried Reaper. But on the other hand, the spice gods bow down. And on that note, it's time to wrap this up, people. Thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button, comment, and how about a subscribe for the Spaceman, cause he is trying to grow. I shall see you soon, friends. Until next time, CB is signing off. 07.